Okay. Go. Hello and welcome to Espresso with Saul. Well, let's start off with the espresso because I'm going to need it today. Already got it ground. Let's see. Number 10 to grind for 10 seconds. I'm going to put up another video. Actually, on the new Espresso with Saul channel at some point here. And I'll probably go over a little bit more in depth on the coffee that I use and the way that I use my machine. Maybe a little bit more in depth than what I've done previously. Also, I'll probably show you guys what I make for my wife too. So, should have that coming up. And I might even dip my toe into politics a little bit on that channel. We'll see. I don't want to get too crazy, but I think there's some important discussions or topics we should actually sit down and discuss. So I should probably show you this cup of espresso here. Let me show you what I've got here. I really need this cup today, I'm going to tell you. It's got a really nice swirl to it. Oh, man. That hits a spot. All right. So, I'm not heading back out to the range today. This is going to be another one where I just stand here and yak at you guys. It's a sad day here in Oregon. We have this new measure or bill or law that's coming into play at the end of September. I spoke about it in my previous video. Well, let me show you. This here is the AK variant I got from Paul. This is the Century Arms, and I know it has a funky name to it, but I don't bother remembering it. To me, it's just an AK. This is my first AK. And the only thing I've done with it, other than remove the trigger that I had installed on it just a few months back, is I put a larger Magpul hand grip on it. I think the original grips are quite small, at least for me, and I thought something a little larger would help me shoot this better. As somebody who wasn't into bump stocks or binary triggers and all that funky stuff that people were talking about for so many years, I was really late to the game on them. I actually didn't purchase any until I got to use one that Paul had installed on his rifle. And I always thought they were gimmicks. I always thought that they were just another way to blow through ammo. But after actually using Paul's and then having the, I went with the Franklin Armory binary triggers. And I honestly think they could be quite useful and utilitarian. And I really wanted to train with them because as somebody who's basically been a civilian all his life, I haven't had the opportunity to play with that rate of fire before. And I thought, I think this could be useful, even more useful than the 3-round bursts that the military was using back in the day, and I think still do. However, I know they're switching over to a new rifle, and I don't know what all the specs are on the new ones now. But anyway, I had the Franklin Armory on this. It's now gone. This is my XM15, or what I simply call my ARA3. Yes, it has A1 handguards. This is my lightweight version of the A3. It's still heavier than Paul's A1 was, but as a nod to Paul, I went ahead and put the A1 grips on here, and I just really think it looks cool. So This is the AR variant that I use with absolutely zero electronics on it. I don't put anything on this one. I even took off, I had a little red dot platform on it, and I had that removed also. I actually had to take these into my gunsmith and have him remove the triggers on them because they didn't come as an assembly except for one. The only one that came as an assembly was this one here that was simply a drop-in into the 1022. So I actually removed that one myself today, and I got these rifles back yesterday from my gunsmith. So it is a very, very sad day. They're all back to normal now. You know, I mean, for crying out loud, I had to remove it off of my 22. That was really a hoot going out and just shooting at your targets and shooting at cans, and it really was so much fun, and everybody who had the opportunity to play with it loved it. And this is my last AR variant. I'd tell you what this one was, but honestly, this was a hodgepodge. In my infinite wisdom, I thought, oh, why buy another AR? I'll just get an upper, and then I can switch between the two. Well, as I'm sitting around doing that, I realized now I just have half an AR at home. Why not just buy another AR? So I ended up doing that. Oh, I have one AR with no electronics on it whatsoever, and then this is the one that the red dots and the magnifier goes on. But this one, honestly, this one took a while to get working. The lower that was put together didn't have the right stock on it, and it really wouldn't cycle. I think it was the buffer tube wasn't large enough to assist with the cycling of the rifle. So I actually went back to a standard stock on it, and it works great now. But I can't give you a name because it's basically been slapped together from an upper and a lower. Okay. The sad day is this is coming up at the end of September. I think it was September 29th. It might have been September 27th. I'm just doing this off the top of my head. We're losing more and more of our rights every day as these lawmakers sit around and try and think of things they can do to infringe on our rights. We have enough laws on the books. But unfortunately, these lawmakers, in order to show that they've done something, go out and do what they do. Make laws. And that's just what we need. Yes, I'm being sarcastic. More and more and more laws. What are we going to do about it? How am I going to fight? Well, I really don't know. I'm the one that lives here in Oregon. I know most of you don't. Are your states next? Is this just a left coast thing? I don't know. I don't really know. I do know that, you know, no matter what your politics are, if you're into firearms like I am, invariably what happens is when other states get moved to, it isn't just the pro-firearms people that move to those states. You also have anti-firearms people fleeing to those states because of the restrictive other laws that have been passed in the states that they live in. So it's only a matter of time before enough of them come in to continue to do what they've always done, and that's push for more restrictive laws that infringe upon our freedoms. I don't know what I'm going to do. I do know what I'm going to do about these triggers, and I'll tell you exactly what I have in mind. I'm going to hang on to these until late August or early September. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. No, that wasn't a Paul number one. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed here and hope that maybe the GOA or somebody comes in and files an injunction upon this bill and somehow, some way prevents it from taking effect. But I'm not going to have these in my firearms before then, right? I'm just going to abide by the rules that they're setting and be ready to ship them out. I am going to send these out of state. I'm going to send these out of state to somebody I trust to hang on to them. So if the day comes where the law is repealed, it's reversed, or I move to another state that says, sure, Saul, put those on your firearms, then I will have them. It's not only sad that I'm losing the freedom and the right to be able to use these and train with these, it's like, these are $400 or $500 a piece. And I paid to have 3 of them installed. And then I paid for 3 of them to become uninstalled. You do the math. I could rant and rave about this on and on. And we'll probably carry on about this subject at a later date. But I thought I would pop in, touch bases with you guys, show you my firearms. They're back to normal. I've basically got it on video that I'm abiding by the law and I'm doing what they're telling me to do. Kicking and screaming and hoping beyond hope that somehow, some way this can get repealed. You guys all take care, be safe, and enjoy your freedoms in whatever state or country you live in. Bye-bye now.